You might think life in America is still about chasing dreams, building a future, and owning your piece of the good life. But behind the headlines, something darker is happening. Prices exploding, systems collapsing, and ordinary people pushed to their limits. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why so many Americans are saying, "I can't afford to live here anymore." Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're counting down 10 shocking ways America is becoming nearly unlivable in 2025, and what these trends mean for you, your family, and your future. These aren't rumors. This is data from real reports, government numbers, and nationwide studies. Let's get right into it. Number 1. Homelessness has exploded nationwide. In 2024, the Department of Housing and Urban Development recorded the largest single-night count of homelessness ever, more than 771,000 people without stable housing. That's an 18% jump in just 1 year. Families with children now make up one of the fastest-growing groups. From Los Angeles to Denver to New York, tent encampments have become part of the landscape. The reasons are simple but brutal: rising rents, low housing supply, and the end of pandemic-era relief. Number 2, the American dream of home ownership is slipping away. Buying a home used to be the reward for hard work. Today, even people earning solid middle-class incomes are being locked out. Zillow reports that in many metro areas, rent and home prices have risen nearly 50% since 2017, while wages barely kept up. Young families can't save for down payments, and many who bought during low-interest years are now trapped. They can't sell without facing higher rates and skyrocketing prices. For millions, the American dream has turned into a waiting game that never ends. Number 3. Extreme weather is making whole regions unlivable. The United States suffered $27 billion weather disasters in 2024, the highest ever recorded. Floods, hurricanes, wildfires, each one destroying homes, roads, and livelihoods. Insurance companies are pulling out of entire states like California and Florida, leaving homeowners unprotected or facing impossible premiums. When disaster becomes annual, not occasional, the idea of safety disappears. Number 4, healthcare costs are still financial landmines. Even with health coverage, many Americans avoid hospitals because of cost. Premiums, deductibles, and copays have grown faster than income for years. A single medical emergency can wipe out a family's savings or push them into debt. The United States spends more on healthcare per person than any developed nation, yet millions still skip treatment, ration medication, or face surprise bills that no one can explain. It's not just unfair, it's unsustainable. Number 5, the overdose crisis has not gone away. Last year, the U.S. recorded around 105,000 overdose deaths, even after a significant drop from 2023. That's still more people lost into car crashes or gun violence. Fentanyl continues to poison communities from coast to coast, and recovery centers are overwhelmed. Yes, some progress has been made, but the scale of the loss shows how deep the crisis runs, especially in rural America. Number 6, America's infrastructure is falling apart. You've probably seen it: collapsing bridges, potholes that could swallow a car, constant water main breaks. The American Society of Civil Engineers gave the country a C grade in 2025, an improvement, but they say we need over $9 trillion in investment just to catch up. Power grids, railways, and roads built decades ago weren't designed for today's population or today's storms. And every year we delay, the repair costs rise higher. Number 7, basic necessities are eating paychecks alive. Inflation might have cooled on paper, but groceries, gas, and electricity haven't gone back to normal. The price of everyday life, Food, rent, transportation keep squeezing people with fixed or low incomes. A bag of groceries that cost $60 a few years ago now hits $80 or more. Many households are one utility bill away from falling behind. It's not about luxury anymore. It's about survival. Number 8. Safety and quality of life feel worse, even where crime drops. FBI data shows violent crime declining in many cities, but that's not what people feel. Open drug use, theft, vandalism, and homelessness make neighborhoods look and feel less safe. When downtown areas empty out and small businesses close, residents start to lose faith in their own communities. Perception becomes reality, and the decline feeds on itself. Number 9. Workforce shortages are quietly breaking the system. Hospitals without enough nurses, buses, and trains that never show up because there aren't enough drivers. Garbage collection delayed because the city can't fill the jobs. Across the country, critical services are stretched thin. Workers are burnt out, underpaid, or priced out of the cities they serve. It's a slow-motion breakdown of reliability, and it's affecting everyone. And finally, even when we know what to do, nothing moves. Housing policy gets trapped in zoning wars. Disaster relief bills stall in Congress. Cities argue about short-term fixes instead of long-term planning. Polarization has turned every issue into a zero-sum game. Meanwhile, the problems pile up until they explode. Again, it's not just politics, it's paralysis. So what all of this means? Each of these crises, housing, health, climate, affordability, safety, doesn't exist in isolation. They feed off of each other. High housing costs lead to homelessness. Homelessness drains public health systems. Climate disasters destroy affordable housing, driving prices even higher. And through it all, wages can't keep up. That's how a country that once symbolized opportunity starts to feel unlivable for millions. But there's still reason for hope, because every one of these problems can be solved when communities, not just politicians, decide to act. Some cities are already experimenting with housing-first programs, local power grids, and universal pre-K to lift families out of crisis. Change is possible, but it starts from the ground up. So what can you do right now? Start local. Vote in city and county elections. That's where housing and infrastructure decisions actually happen. Support addiction recovery programs and community shelters. Even a few volunteer hours make a difference. And hold leaders accountable. Demand long-term investments, not temporary band-aids that disappear next year. America isn't over, but it is at a crossroads. The question is simple. Do we keep ignoring the cracks until the foundation collapses, or do we rebuild together? If you believe it's time to face these truths head-on, hit subscribe and share this video, because awareness is the first step towards change. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.